Let you know. Let you know. Let you know. Let you know.
Ah, yes. Welcome to the Let You Know podcast. It's your boy EK in the building. I got my little girl right here, AJ, and then I got my aunt Janine in the house. Say what's up, Aunt Janine.
What's up? And Janine in the house.
And then I got my cousin Jessica at the bottom. What's up, Jessica? Tell the people what's up.
What's up? What's up? Out here in Cali, living it up. Just enjoying life, and it's nice weather out here.
I know that's right. And then we got Chesney in the house.
What's up? It's your girl Ches. You can follow me at Who Don't Follow Me 317 on Instagram.
All right. I appreciate you ladies coming on. Definitely appreciate y'all. And my little young one right here because she's so amped. So the question that I have for you guys here today, what is the modern woman? I mean, there's a lot of misconceptions about what that is. So instead of me knowing the answer, I would like to ask the ladies. We got ladies from different generations. So and Janine, you can start. What you think the modern
Okay.
woman? What is the
I
definition?
think the modern woman nowadays, she's can handle her business. She does. She's not dependent on a man. She has her own income. She's just she could do her thing without she do her thing without worrying about somebody else what theirs want her to do and all that. But she just I should have thought about this before I did it. But she can handle her business. You know what I'm saying? Have you heard that phrase? She can bring the bacon home and fry it and cook it up too. That part,
Oh,
you know, and
what about you,
independent,
Jessica?
independent.
Independent. So what about
Right.
you, Jessica?
Right
What
on
about
that,
you?
like everything that Janine said, and shoot, fixing cars, doing everything. Shoot, women out here, we gotta do, what we gotta do. You know what I'm saying? Men don't step up like they used to no more. Women
Yeah.
out here doing it all. We real modern out here in these streets. That's how I
Yeah.
feel.
Chaz, you with us, Chaz?
Yep. So I agree with the rest of the ladies. Like the modern woman is an independent, self-sufficient woman. She's doing taking care of literally everything on her own without the help of a man. But I think so. I think when we say the modern woman, it's not that she. I don't think the modern woman is the one that's doing all those things because she wants to. No, I think the woman is the woman doing those things because she wants to, not because she has to. Like, so there are some women out here that are doing those things. They kind of really don't want to, but they just kind of forced to because, it's just themselves. I think the modern woman is the one that's like very, um, oh, what do you call it? I don't know, strong will,
Inde-
strong mind. I don't know when it comes to
Independent.
that. Just like
Yeah.
I don't need anybody. I can take care of this myself. I don't need a man for this, and that. Like I think that separates the modern woman and independent.
Hmm.
Yeah. And
So,
but you want to be in a relationship, but you don't necessarily feel like, oh, I need a man to help me with this. I need blah blah them help me with the bills and stuff. You
Right.
handle that on your own. You know. That's this modern time and age. I feel.
so how does the man fit into place? So if a woman's telling them that he doesn't need them, so how does a man approach a woman of that?
Some men like it, but from my experience, I think some men in my age range, maybe a little older, like they like to feel needed. Like it gives them
Yeah.
purpose. It's like if you don't need me and I can't do anything for you, then what am I really here for? Because to provide and protect is a man's purpose in life, in a woman's life, in their kids' life, just in life, period, in my opinion. So if
Mhm.
you're not doing that or if you're not needed for that, then like I said, he's kind of like, what am I here for?
Yeah, I understand that. And I'm in a relationship, and my guy, he doesn't try to tell me what to do. He doesn't try to tell me no. If I want to go, I can go. Uh, just like I just left California, been there for a while. It wore me out. That's why I don't have my picture on there because I'm tired from being in that fast pace. But anyway, he just lets I do my own thing. I don't have to ask him, can I do this? You know, uh, I do me. I do what I want to do, and he knows that. He supports that. Because he know I'm my own woman. It's not back in the day. Like the only thing about it, he don't. I feel like men should be able to cook too. Don't depend on me to cook all the time, and which he doesn't. He doesn't. But I do because I
I
want
mean,
to do it.
it's just like it's men. It's some men out there who want to cook. Some men who know how to cook. Just
Well, ain't
depends
nothing
on
wrong
what
with
they
that.
like
That's what
to
I'm saying. I
do.
wish he knew how to cook. But if
So
I have to,
because he don't know how to cook, is that a red flag?
no, I'm saying he does not know how to cook. But I don't have to if I don't want to. Because if I don't, he'll find a TV dinner or something to eat. If I don't feel like cooking, it ain't no problem.
A
You know?
TV?
Well, hey, well, he
That's funny.
don't pressure me to cook, what you gotta cook. I need to eat. No, he don't pressure me like that. He knows.
So okay,
So,
so let me ask you this then. So being that okay, AJ, what's your question?
what you gotta say, AJ?
What's your question?
The first time to again.
Oh, okay. She lost her question. But my question is she she a man. Uh so my question is so since a woman nowadays is independent, what should they expect from a woman? Like if a man is trying to be with a woman, what should he expect?
Wait, wait.
I don't know it depends on the individual. What do you mean? What should he expect?
Hold on. Say that
Num-
question one more time.
What I'm saying is that okay, say for instance, hold
wait.
on, I'll let you talk. Hold on. Now say for instance that a man is trying to get with a woman, right? And she's independent, she's doing her thing. But of course, it works both ways. So what is a man is supposed to expect from a woman?
It depends on that man, but I don't know a man what he expects. I don't know. It
I
depends
mean,
on the
If
from
a
person.
man is doing what he's supposed to do in the relationship, I mean, everything gonna fall. You know what I'm saying? Follow through. Like you know what I'm saying? You come home from work, you know what I'm saying? You working hard. You know what I'm saying? I might rep your back for you. I might, you know what I'm saying? But if you ain't giving me that energy, I ain't giving it back to you.
so it's all about energy, right? So it's about energy.
That's exactly. How you treat me is how I'm gonna treat you.
Mhm.
And it ain't all, what she's providing. If it's a what you call a modern woman and she doesn't really need anything, she can still provide companionship. She can still provide
Right.
peace. She can
Right.
still be a partner, a teammate. Like we can
Yep.
build together. Like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's a good point. That's a real good.
No.
I like that point too as
And
well.
it's just the modern woman, they just don't depend on anyone else, you know?
So okay, so we're talking about all positive things about a modern woman. What are some of the negative things that y'all think that comes with the term modern woman, or the definition, I should say?
Submission may be difficult. She may be, more challenging. She might challenge you in public just out of her nature, or just, challenge a lot of different things that is being said, which can be difficult.
What about you, Jessica? How you feel? What's
I mean, yeah,
the,
what she said, like, I agree. Like, you know what I'm saying, challenging with certain things, you know what I'm saying? You just got to get to know your partner and just see how they are and try to, you know what I'm saying, figure out how to work with them, how to, you can't change nobody, but, kind of guide them a little bit and see. But then if they don't end up
I'm doing this.
doing
I'm
it,
doing this.
like,
well, I'm asking like, what do you think is what do you think is the like negative? Like we was talking about the positive thing about the modern one. What do you think is some of the negative things to you?
The negative things of a modern woman.
Yeah, the definition of that. What do you think some what pushback or negativity that comes with that?
Uh, a lot of nagging, not, you know what I'm saying, appreciating him sometimes, you know what I'm saying, if he is trying. Uh, give him, you know what I'm saying, give credit when credit is due to him. Gotta do that. Uh, ooh, I don't know.
You had to think about it for a minute. What about you,
Hey,
Auntie?
well, like if she's the woman, she if she makes had more income than the man, she might try to be a little pushy and want him to. Well, you need to do this. I'm the one that's making all the money. I'm bringing all the money in. You know, if you're in a relationship like that, some people might do that. I'm not saying, but some of them get a little bitchiness because they feel like I'm handling the show. I've got more money than you make, and it might be a little intimidating, for a man. But I don't know.
And it
And then,
shouldn't be like that, though. Yeah, it should be like that, but it shouldn't be. But, you know.
So I've always asked this question. I know you want to ask. Hold on. I always wanted to ask this. Well, normally we ask these questions. I know, Chazzy, you didn't heard it before, but I want to ask you to before I let Chazzy jump in. Do you think it's hard now to date now or back then? Especially now that we're over 40. Do you feel like it's harder now?
I think it's harder now.
I'm 35 and it's hard. Shit.
So tell me why. Tell me why.
Because I read a post that really broke down why I feel like this is why we
Mhm.
don't do things in the order that it's supposed to be done in biblically. So now, excuse me, and we're in the age of technology, deep into it. So we've got options. We have things to compare people to. Now we have these standards, and especially when you get older and used to certain things, um a lot of people, you got to have this, you got to have that. Oh my god, he did this, I'm done. Like, we just there's
So
so
basically
much,
sticking
a
our
lot of
ways.
expectations put on each other. And then also, I see this a lot. Like, I don't see it a lot in my circle, in my friend group, but I hear it a lot from men. I see it on social media. Like, there's one thing that most men are looking for, and then there's one thing that a lot of women are looking for. And a lot of times they lead with that, and it's just like, it's a turnoff. Like, it doesn't feel like anyone's really interested in actually getting to know the person. They just want
right.
to know what you can offer, what you can do for them. Am I going to get this? And that's it. And that's just, I don't know where that culture came from.
Yeah.
You want to
Well,
piggyback on that, Auntie?
I'm just going to say this: don't give up on love. I was 63 years old, and I found love again. You know, and I'm 70 now. We're still going strong, and we respect each other's boundaries, and we got a good relationship, real good. But so don't give up on it. But I don't know. I think it's better when you're older, when people understand things that you've been through. Done all that negative stuff through your young life, whatever. And then now you don't want to make the same mistakes.
Hmm.
You know what you're looking for. You
I
know what
agree.
type of person that you want. You know what I'm saying? And you both got what the same things. That's where it works. Because you're both looking for the same thing.
Jessica?
So yeah.
Jessica?
I agree. You gotta take your time in a relationship, you know what I'm saying? See if it's who you really want nowadays. It just do it. It be hard.
And
No, like you said,
yeah,
don't give up. You know what I'm saying?
and don't give it up on the first date. Make them wait.
But
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Nowadays, people look at it shit. We was
They
girls,
don't
you
care.
know,
They just take
you know
advantage of.
yourself.
Yeah.
Well, let's pick. I'm gonna piggyback off of that. So, how do y'all feel about women who give it up on the first date or feel like
No,
they
I don't.
use it?
That's not cool. That's not cool. You got to get to know a person before you. Well, I do. Now, anybody else, I don't know. But I don't. I don't think
I agree
that's.
with that too.
I
I
don't think
think
that's.
it's their business. Relationships can definitely come from it. I
Yeah.
personally don't think it's a good idea, but I
It
mean, it
could. Yeah.
happens.
You
So
never know. You never know. Yeah. I'm not
Hmm.
going to. Yeah. That's true.
She waving.
I
She
ain't doing
waving.
that shit.
If you
But
if you feel it, do it. That's on you. But I'm
right,
So,
not. But I'm like, I think a man. I think he respects a woman more when
hmm,
it's not so easy to get.
right,
You know what I'm saying? Because then they want to stay around so they can get some.
right. Because that's what you led with, right?
Right? Yeah,
And
that's
that's
your
what you
weapon.
came in with, yeah.
That's- no, but
You didn't show him, oh, I'm a great person to be around. I have a good vibe. I'm smart. I know this,
yeah,
and that. Like none of that.
right.
so
So
what about these women now who like to dress provocative, and we see them out here, and so now what do we feel about those women? I mean, because not all of them are what they call the term a hoe. You know what I'm saying? They just mixed in with that crowd. So I mean,
But
how can you
those are the
distinguish?
young girls. A lot of young girls dress. I noticed that dress really provocative. But in their generation, they're not look. They don't. It's not like that. Like it's the trend, and that's what's cute,
yeah,
and
yeah,
it's not perceived how we perceive it.
yeah,
But
yeah.
if I
Because
saw
then the,
somebody my age doing it all the time, it's like, girl, like, are you trying to just give up, or are you trying to look for a husband? Like, what are we doing here? Like, what's what's going on?
and then the videos on the videos they dress like that, and and I guess that's the fad. That's how they
Hmm.
do it. You know.
So
I
we
So,
mean,
got
You
yeah,
we
know,
but then it's
but
just, I
but
mean, you
I
can
don't
wear,
know. I
but
don't
it's
agree with it. I
it's what
wouldn't.
respect you have for yourself. I mean, you can look, it all depends. You
but
can't gotta have too
listen,
much out and stuff like that. But
well,
you know what I'm saying?
well hold
Some
on,
girls
say
can go out
it
there and
then.
dress like that and still have class for themselves,
you
still have
can.
respect for themselves. Everybody who just dressed a certain way because they feel it's cute don't mean that they, you know what I'm saying, ratchet or nasty
Right,
or
right.
got to give it
But
up.
you don't walk around with your butt hanging out. I'm
But
like,
don't
come on.
forget, back in the day, I don't know what days it was. It might have been 60s and 70s. The crop tops was definitely in. The little short skirts was in. All that shit. This is not new. It's
Yeah,
Hmm.
it might look different, like the
yeah,
fashion is different,
yeah.
whatever, or the styles. But we ain't. This is not the first generation to be doing this.
Hmm.
So it looks
Yeah.
like we got Sophia in here. How you doing, Sophia? Can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear y'all. What's up, everybody?
Hey.
What's up?
So we was talking about the term what is the definition of a modern woman. So since you just got on the show, I would like to ask you that question. What do you define as the modern woman? Or what is the definition to you? Can you hear me, Sophia?
Now I
Can you hear
can.
me?
What was your
Okay.
question?
Okay. I said the question was what is the definition of a modern woman? So that's what the question I would like to ask you. What do you think, or what is the term for you defines the modern woman? You still there? You keep muting your mic.
Yes,
Okay.
I'm here. Okay,
Okay. Did
so
you hear the question?
what's the definition of a modern woman?
Yeah, to you.
Um, I think the modern woman is how a person perceives themselves. Um, so for me, I consider myself a modern woman because I am handling my business, taking care of home, which is, what we're supposed to do. Um, and just being, you know, owning businesses or being an entrepreneur, making the type of money that you want to make, even if it's, a small amount. To me, that is what is considered a modern woman. However, people have their own perceptions on what they consider to be a modern woman, especially females. Because you can have the female that not doing nothing at home, taking care of her kids, don't have a job, getting money the way that she, gets her money and considers herself a modern woman. So it's just how you perceive that.
Okay, so since you're giving me the positives, I also asked them, what do you think are the negatives about being a modern woman in today's society, or what is the definition that, or the pushback that they're getting?
Too independent. Um, we've became, in a sense, masculine because we're handling everything on our own. Um, not accepting, um, not really willing to give men chances. That's the pushback because, you know, I'm not, and saying not needing a man when we kind of do need a man, not
Right.
technically like need a man, but we need a man.
Yeah, that's they say. I don't need no man. I don't need no man to do nothing for me.
Hmm.
Sometimes you do.
So yeah,
Sometimes you
so
do.
that's my next question. So we
Sometimes
hear
you
a
do,
lot
but
of
that's
women.
why, and then when, the women be having that mind frame, that's when they start being out there fixing their own brakes, they underneath the car, fixing all their own shit. Huh?
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, so I feel y'all understanding that sometimes there's pros and cons, and it's definitely a different generation from before. So like, what are some of the things that used to take place back in the day that y'all used to love and y'all hate now?
Right.
Shoot,
Well,
working.
the,
We was just talking
the
about
dinner had to
that.
be done. The dinner had to be done when you come home. You take care of the kids, and
Yeah.
the man come home and just sit and he don't have to do nothing. You got to do everything. That's where it was back in the day, you know.
But
And
that
that
was
you come.
cool though, because he did his work, he paying the bills, and you did your work at home. You didn't have to, you
But
know what I'm
that's the way
saying?
it was. But nowadays, it's like that's like I say, he can cook dinner sometime, you know,
Right, because we both
or
working
take care of
now.
the kids. But he said
Hmm.
back in the day, that's where it used to be, you
Right.
know. And you couldn't say do much too much. You wasn't basically back in the day. Men used to tell women what to do,
And
how to
also,
dress.
I was gonna say it was more family structure. You did things together as a big family.
Yeah, yeah.
It was grandmas and cousins and aunties and uncles. We did things together as a family. Versus now, it's more so your small family unit, but it could involve like all of your friends, just like that. But just having that family unit being more involved and close knit.
But I think that comes from something else, like, family secrets and other traumas and stuff that happened. And our generation was like, hell no, we ain't dealing with that shit. And everybody just kind of stuck with whoever they deal with whoever they want to deal with.
and and also too, I think the drug pandemic, kind of messed it up. When crack came out, and I think that kind of destroyed a lot of family dynamics
Hmm.
too. um Being able to
I
buy a house for cheap, back then grandma and grandpa was able to buy a house for $5,000, versus now where you have this 200,000 and you just have either the mom buying the house or the just a single person buying the house versus buying a house together as husband and wife and for cheaper prices back then.
Yeah. People also blame welfare. I don't understand it, but they also say welfare. I do believe welfare played a role in keeping the family apart, but I just don't understand the logic of I don't this man can't be in my home because I will lose my benefits. But if y'all are both working and both contributing to the household, then it shouldn't I don't understand what the problem was to say I
Yeah.
need these food stamps, I need this wig, I need this and that so that I can keep it and get, whatever. He just can't be here. But if he was there, wouldn't it be much better for the children to have the father in the home and then he
Yeah,
would be contributing to it and you wouldn't have to worry about having benefits? I just
yeah,
don't understand the logic behind that or
yeah,
how that
yeah.
even works.
Because you didn't see all this killing, the black on black killing, these young kids killing each other, because the most of them come from single family home, you know. And when the father
Mhm.
was there, it was some type of stability.
Mm-hmm.
But now,
Yeah.
because you didn't see that back then, the gang, and then they started separating them because you're going to different schools, busting out here and busting out there. But I don't know, when the community, when he was growing up, we was close as a community, and now it's like everything's was separated, and it's just going haywire now. There's no stability in the family no more
Right,
at
because you
all.
don't have there's no balance. The father is the authority, the mother is the nurturer. And you're missing in a single parent home, you're missing one or the other. 9 times out of 10, you're getting all the love and nurturing, but not getting enough authority because children respond to men totally different than they
Yeah,
respond to
they
women.
do. Yes, they do.
And it's fucked up, especially with
Yeah, they
I don't know.
do.
I want to say especially with young boys, but I think
So
he goes for
I
both
just
girls
think
and boys.
with the drug game and them going to jail, so it was kind of a cycle. Either you was doing the drugs or you was selling the drugs, and
Hmm.
that kind of like broke up the family unit.
Yeah, that's true.
Um,
So I got another question. I got another question. And I don't mean to cut you off, to Sophia, but I got another question. My question to y'all is: do y'all think society has destroyed the man and the woman from getting
yeah,
together, being difficult to come together?
yes,
We allowed it
How so?
though.
Tell me. Tell
People
me.
allow social media and society to influence how they think, how they should move, and that's just you know what I mean. Like I think social media it was supposed to be for entertainment, and it just went totally left, and it's just a huge influence on relationships. There is so much hate spewed, men against women, women against men. I had to start unfollowing pages because it was really starting to just like affect my mood and start following more positive pages and things that promote love, not just, black love, of course, but just love, period, and relationships. And what do positive, happy relationships look like? Because social media will definitely have people out here operating the way that they think that they should. Oh, if he say this, then this, and this, or if she does this, then blah blah. Like, no. What happened to actually getting to know a person and making your own judgments?
That's true.
yeah, yeah. It definitely started from TV and then going
And the
to
videos and rap
yeah,
music.
Hmm.
I like some rap music, I do, but
yeah.
some of it they and kids listen to it, talking about killing yourself and shooting and gunning and violence. It's
So
violence.
y'all think it's in our music too?
I do.
Absolutely.
I
Yeah.
definitely think
How
it's in our
many
music.
men do you hear singing love? Now the ladies is still, kind of taking over a little bit, But how many men do you hear in the R&B game now that are singing love songs like Carl Thomas and um Boys to Men and all the like back in the
Not too
day? I
many.
don't. I can name probably one.
Gregory Porter. Ooh. Now he's good. But that's not music anymore. They don't have good music like that that tells the story of things. They don't have it anymore.
Chris
Right.
So
Brown. I mean, you got your Chris Brown.
What
you,
happened
But
to Avant? He's gone. Music Soul Child. He's
yeah,
gone.
yeah.
D'Angelo. He's got like
hmm
Chris Brown, October London, and I'm not sure if I can say Bruno Mars because his was more sexual, like more intimate, not really
Yeah.
on some like I love you type shit.
hmm I know, like Boys to Men. Remember, it was
yeah, you
pretty
got
good.
it's a lot of newer ones, but the women have
Yep.
taken over, and I think it's because of image, um, and the theory of sex sells, and men love watching women, and that's what I was getting to is like them looking at how they think a woman should be on TV has made the woman feel like she's not good enough. So then you have all this botched surgeries and things going on that's affecting our women as well because now they feel like I have to be like what they see most of the time on TV or social media or whatever the case may be. So that has definitely influenced the woman in this age.
So I got another question. So since you brought up the fact that a lot of people's changing their body, getting BBLs, surgery, does it feel like natural is not in anymore?
I'm not going to say it's not in anymore, but more women are aiming to that because it's like to me, my personal opinion is attention seeking. You want somebody to look at you. You want to be portrayed like what they see, and you want to be portrayed as like I've heard some females say, they can do it because they got the money to do it. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's them single women trying to get the attention of ballers. Uh,
I was just gonna say that.
yeah, they who don't want nobody, who don't want a man with some money. You know what I'm saying? I
Right.
mean,
So
let's
you
just
saying
be
some
real.
people? So you
And
mean
a
some
lot of
people
these
be
women that be
perpetrating?
getting them,
They
they don't even
perpetrating out
have.
here? Is that what you're saying?
Go
I'm
ahead,
Okay,
just
my bad.
saying.
okay. I got something to say. Now, when we was talking about if you don't feel like cooking, you don't have to
All
cook
right.
nothing. Like, okay, let me tell you. He just came up, and I told him to take some spaghetti out the
What'd
freezer.
you say, Janine?
Yeah, I'm telling him about this is what just happened while we was talking about the moderate woman. Okay, we had spaghetti in the freezer. I told him take the spaghetti out the freezer yesterday. I was coming home, forgot on the plane because I ain't cooking nothing. So we took the spaghetti out. So he just came up and says, you want me to go on and fix a soup or something? I said, well, you took the spaghetti out. Can't you just go warm that up? Oh, I thought you was going to. See, I'm like, well, you can't go warm it up. You waiting on me to warm up the spaghetti? Oh, I didn't know. Yes, you did.
He
So he's
just want
down
to
there
know
warming
if
up.
you love and
So he's
care.
down there. So I said, no, I'm doing something. So he's down there warming up the spaghetti himself, which that should happen. But does that make sense? No. But then I love him to death. But it's like, don't wait for me.
But
You
that's
could.
probably why he
Well,
do
I don't know.
it.
But you sitting down there hungry,
That's
waiting on
probably
me.
why
Come
he
on now. Then he comes up and says, "You want me to fix a soup or something?" Well, just warm up the spaghetti.
He
Sheesh.
just said that to see if you was gonna be like,
I guess he thinks that
let me go
but then
ahead
he
and
makes
do
a
this.
joke. He makes a joke. Oh, I like it when you do it. Oh, whatever. Mm-mm. Yeah,
Okay,
that's now
okay.
that's what gets him. Stuff like that.
But you know what? You know, all he doing is he just want to get pampered. That just let you know he want to get pampered today.
That part. But when you
Yeah,
tired, sometimes it's like,
yeah.
mm-mm. Yep, modern. I'm
So,
moderating. I'm moderating.
all right. So let me ask you. Let me ask you this then. There's a lot of things back in the day that we used to like, and things that we don't like
Listening.
nowadays. What are those things?
Can y'all hear me?
Yep, I
What'd you
can hear
say?
you.
Hello?
I said, so when I was asking y'all things that happen modern day that y'all like, I mean that y'all didn't like that happens now. So I'm gonna ask the opposite. What is stuff back in the day that you like that you don't like now?
Mm. Oh,
Like if you was growing up and you remember certain things that was nostalgia, and then all of a sudden now you grow up and you like, nah, this ain't the same. This ain't what it is. I don't like this. Something like that. Like,
well,
can you think?
instead of
Go ahead.
being equal, it was like the man was the king of the house. You know, the woman was submissive to him. He was the boss. That's the boss of everything.
Hello?
Hello, can you hear? You okay, Sophie? But yeah, he was the head of the household. And he
Can y'all hear me?
whatever he says goes. But it's not like that anymore. You know, I mean, used to is 50-50. That's what I agree on. 50-50. But back in the day, that's the way it was. I've
Chesney,
seen it several times.
Chesney, you got anything to add, Chesney, Jessica, Sophia?
I didn't hear the
I'm
question.
sorry. Can you repeat it one more time, please?
Yep. The question was, there's a lot of things back in the day that you guys liked, right? Growing up.
Hmm.
Now that things are different, what is something that you don't like that you used to like back then that you don't have now? Or
Like as far as a relationship goes,
well, it don't have to be a relationship, just
or just
anything.
period.
Period. Like certain things that happen today. I mean, back in the day that you love, like a favorite restaurant, like a favorite restaurant I used to go to, and then now all of a sudden now it's like it's not a good place to go now. Now that you grown
Oh,
up,
you know what? I
stuff like
miss what I don't know if it was Sophia or somebody else, but like the big family dynamic, like people being able to just, we didn't have cell phones like that. Just, oh, I was in the neighborhood, I just hey family, everybody be happy. Nobody's like, oh, well, you didn't call first. No, like I love a good pop up. Um and also um what else? Like she said, the family done like big family get-togethers, like not just my mama's side, not just my daddy's side, or not just it's a lot of people and we got together to celebrate. Not even just holidays, like in the summertime, oh, I'm barbecuing, I'm grilling. I remember all of us being at my uncle's house, just being in the backyard and seeing all your cousins and everything. Like I don't like the fact that a lot of our kids they don't even know each other or don't know each other well enough because they don't see each other as often as
Yes.
they should.
Yes. I push a lot on my daughters to like call your call your other side of the family, see what's going on, get to know them, know who your people are. Cause we don't, a lot of my family is down south. So she don't, they don't know them. Like so I'm really big into knowing your family, and that's just because I wasn't raised with my family. Well, when we moved here, so after a certain amount of time, I wasn't around my cousins, and it was us. That's why I'm big on family things, because I have a really big family, and it was always us all the time at grandma's house. She'll have about 30 of her grandkids at the house, so that's what I know. You know what I'm saying? She's cooking a big meal. We can't wait. We looking forward to eating. We outside playing. We doing everything, but we all at grandma's house. Um, so I do miss that. You know, families they just don't get together anymore. It's always um, you know, nobody wants to be there. Like be there, you know, watch the kids and just, you know, being supportive of each other. It's always got to be something involved in order for someone to be supportive. Um, just, you know, being able to know like you can just go to cousin grandma house or they stay next door. You know, you have family that's you all around each other. You know, you next door. You got your cousin in the back. You got your other cousin
Right.
and your auntie over
Yeah.
there. You know.
Yeah. Everybody looked out for each other. That was
Hmm.
way back then, but nowadays it's like you can't even get along with your neighbor.
You can't even get along. The kids, you
The kids
know.
don't. Yep, they don't. Not, and I don't know what. I don't know why everything's falling apart.
What they
So,
say is you take a village to raise a family.
But I think
right.
society had an influence on that too because I don't remember, and maybe I was too young. I don't remember our parents and grandparents being as stressed out and frustrated as we are now. Like we are so zoned in and focused on we got to get these bills paid and working so hard and doing
Right.
this and that. Like we don't even have the energy sometimes to do what we was doing back in the or what our parents was doing. I remember motherfuckers being happy as hell, getting together. We all on the live house was little as hell. I done been to the house where my mother grew up and where I kind of half grew up. And I'm like, damn, this house seems so big. Like everybody used to be here. It didn't
Mhm.
matter.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm like, it
Hmm.
was so small, but nobody cared as long as we was together.
Used together. Yep.
Hmm.
Have fun. I
We was
remember those
together.
days.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, Eric, I'm gonna have to sign off. I'm gonna go down. I guess I'll go down here and make sure he's warmed up the spaghetti.
Well, actually, I was getting ready.
I'll do that.
No, I was. I was.
I hear him warming it up, but I'm like, I just can understand why. Why would you sit there and
No,
wait to see if I'm gonna
I was
come?
getting ready to sign off, Auntie. I was getting ready to sign off anyway because I think that was would be a good segue to shut it down tonight. I do appreciate everybody coming on today and giving their points of view and stuff. So check us out, ladies' night every Sunday night between like 7 and 8 o'clock Central Eastern time. And yep, any ladies want to give a shout out to their social media? Anybody?
No, not me.
Yep. You can catch me on Instagram at Miss Sophie 101.
You catch me on Instagram at who don't follow me 317.
Well, I don't have Instagram, and I'm fine with it.
That's all right.
Okay, so what's the next topic going to be about next week? Do you know yet?
No, I'm gonna keep it close to the vest for the
Okay,
next topic.
all
Keep
right.
it close to the vest. But I do
Well,
appreciate y'all coming on. Definitely, I do appreciate y'all, and then people who is watching, liking, and subscribing. I want to appreciate y'all too as well. And yeah, follow these ladies. Follow these ladies.
well, thank you, ladies. Nice meeting you. What's your name? Sydney? Sydney?
No,
Chess,
it's Chesney.
Chesney. I like your name. I like that name.
thank you.
You're
Nice to
welcome.
meet you
Right.
as well, all of you.
You
You
too,
too.
Sophia, Jessica. Have a good night.
You too.
All
Thanks, you
right, the
too.
Bye
Let You
bye.
Know podcast is out. Thank you. Say, see you later.
Bye, AJ.
Bye,
See you
AJ.
later.
See you later. Just got to show them shoes. All right. All right. Thank you for coming on. And we out of here. Peace.
Peace.
Let you know.